Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Monday, May 18th. We're focusing on Chapter 12, Lesson 4 today. We are focusing on three-dimensional shapes. A three-dimensional shape is a shape with length, width, and height. So length, width, and height means I can take an object and I can look all around the object. With two-dimensional shapes that we focused on last week, those we just draw on a piece of paper and we can't pick those up. A three-dimensional shape, you can. You can see it. So our first shape is a sphere. A sphere is like a ball, and it rolls. The most common example we have at school would be the red bouncing balls that we use at recess. So this is the sphere. Our next one is a cube. The cube has six sides: one, two, three, four, and then up here five, and on the bottom six. All sides are in the shape of a square. The most commonly used object that we would use would be a dice. And if you play Monopoly, you need to use dice in order to roll. And so this is a cube. It has equal sides. Our next one that we're focusing on is the pyramid. The pyramid has a square bottom, and it has four sides that are in a triangle. One, two, three, and then we'll turn it around, four. And so all of the sides of the triangles lead to a point. We call that a vertex, and we're going to learn more about that later on. So this is the this is the pyramid, and probably the most common one. We have a pyramid not too far from us at Long Beach State. They call that the pyramid. So if you ever get a chance, you can see it off the 405 freeway. All right, our next one is a cone. A cone has a flat, round side, and it leads up to a point, but we don't call this a vertex point. It's round, and the most common example would be an ice cream cone. That's the best shape, or a party hat. Our next one is a cylinder. A cylinder has two round flat sides, and it rolls just like a sphere does, but this only rolls in a certain direction. And so a common example would be if you have a can of soda, or maybe your parents pull out soup cans for you, and so that would be a cylinder. And our last one that we're focusing on today is the rectangular prism. The rectangular prism, like the cube, has six sides. So each of these has six sides, but the difference is the cube is a square. The rectangular prism is in the shape of rectangles. So this, just like the cube, has six sides: one, two, three, four, and then five and six. So that is the rectangular prism. Now, at home or in the classroom, some examples of a rectangular prism might be the tissue box that you see, or we have boxes that are in the shape of rectangular prisms. So those are the objects that we're looking at. So today we're going to be focusing on, let's look at our work that we're going to be doing. For number one, you're going to write the name of the shape and circle the object. So this right here looks like a rectangular prism, so we're going to write rectangular prism on the line there. And then we're going to identify the shapes that are rectangular prisms. Well, there's a tissue box. That is a rectangular prism. There is looks like a can of paint. A can of paint, and that is not a rectangular prism. And finally, the cereal box is a rectangular prism. And number two, this is a cone. So we're going to write cone on the line here, and we're going to circle the objects that look like cones. This is a cone. This is not a cone. This is a rectangular prism, and the party hat is a cone. So you're going to name two objects in your classroom that are the same shape as a rectangular prism. But boys and girls, we're going to change that up. Since we're not in the classroom, we're going to cross classroom out, and we're going to put home. So you're going to find two objects in your home that are in the shape of a rectangular prism. All right, let's continue on looking at our work. You're going to do 3 through 7 the same way, and then write the what the 3D object is, and then you're going to circle the shape that is like it. And remember, there are could be at least 2 objects that you might circle. And let's go to the last page, page 762. You have 8, 9, and 10. You have word problems. Remember, we underline what we're given. We circle the question. And then down here at the bottom it says, how can you tell if a shape is 3-dimensional? All right, let's go back to the definition of a 3-dimensional shape. It has length, width, and height. So, once again, I can pick it up and I can look at it, but this is width, this is length, and this is height. Tough to see, but this means it's coming up. All right, so that's chapter 12, lesson 4. Have a great day. Oh, and then Tuesday, let me just show you, you're going to do the homework portion of chapter 12, lesson 4, front and back. Very similar to what we were working on today. All right, have a great day.